The Picts were amongst the first rulers of Scotland and often portrayed as fearsome painted warriors who held back the Romans. In 2014, a team of archaeologists from the University of Aberdeen set to work in the small Scottish village of Riney, where the first of a total of 8 Pictish symbol stones was discovered back in the 19th century. The most iconic of these, of course, found in 1978, stands 6 feet tall, carved with a bearded axe-wielding figure known as the Riney Man. Very little is known about the purpose of these stones, but Gordon Noble is convinced they indicate that this area was once a royal seat of the early Picts.
The place name as well seems to derive from Ri for king, and perhaps means something like a very royal place or a place of a very powerful king.
In 2014, unfortunately, the evidence failed to emerge at Riney. So last summer, the team picked up another trail of symbol stones, discovered at one of Scotland's more inaccessible locations.
Here we are at Dunnicaer. This is the site where, in the 19th century, 6 Pictish symbol stones were found on top of the sea stack here. Only a few people have visited the site in the 20th century and didn't really note much on top. But already yesterday was our first ascent, which was quite precarious and slightly scary. We found remains on top.
Gordon's team has found evidence of an ancient structure right on the top of the sea stack. Could it be a Pictish stronghold? Investigating further means climbing ropes, specialist skills, and definitely a head for heights.
Right, so we're on top of the sea stack now, where the symbol stones were found. We're at the lower portion of what we think is the fortified site.
This time, following the trail of the symbol stones pays off immediately. The very first trial trench reveals an area of flat stones, possibly a hearth or a midden.
So it looks like evidence of actual occupation activities actually on top of the promontory here, so that's quite exciting. We've got lots of charcoal, we've got fragments of animal bone, so hopefully this will give a good evidence of how people were using the promontory in the past.
But who were these people? These organic remains may tell us exactly how long they've been here.
Whether this dates back to the same date as the symbol stones in the Pictish period remains to be seen, but we've got lots of samples here that we can radiocarbon date and find out just how old these occupation horizons are.
Another of the test trenches provides more immediate evidence that this site may indeed have been a dwelling or a fortress.
Okay, so we're in test pit 5 at the moment, so we've just opened this up and we've found a series of post holes. We've got one that's been the fill's been excavated out, and then we've uncovered another 4 over here in a row. You can see them over here, and there's another possible one, half a one, sitting over in the corner out here. So this might be part of a building, we don't quite know yet, but we've taken samples from that one, so we'll wait and see what we've got for the rest.
A line of post holes suggests that this was once part of a wooden wall, and by the 4th day of digging, the team has uncovered hard evidence of a substantial fortification.
So we've got some quite exciting results here. We've got remains of big slots here. These were for timber beams, and this one here projects all the way from the edge of the cliff up to this feature here, which is a giant, very large post hole here. So it looks like we've got both upright timber elements and horizontal timber elements creating this big wall enclosing the sea stack here. So that's quite exciting and great detail really on the construction methods for this rampart here.
All other Pictish forts date back to the 5th century, but carbon dating shows us that this one was in use in the 3rd and 4th, making it the earliest Pictish fort ever found. One of a series of coastal defences that helped these tribal kings maintain their centuries of rule.